When you start writing a series, is it always known ahead of time that you will have connecting books? I have kind of two answers for that. My before I was contracted to write these books answer, and then my after I was contracted answer. My When I first started writing these books, I wrote Hunt the Dawn, and then I wrote Race the Darkness. And after I finished those two, my agent was shopping them around, and I wasn't sure that we were going to sell them. She was confident, but I was not confident we were going to sell them. And so I made a decision that I was not going to write another book in that series. Why devote another year of my life to writing a book in a series that wasn't going to sell? So I started a new series, which is called the Fatal Truth series, and Race of Darkness and Hunt the Dawn are in the Fatal Dreams series. So the book I was writing, was called Saving Mercy, and it was in a completely different series. So then when Source Books decided they wanted to offer on my books, they offered for 3 books, and they offered for the Race the Darkness and Hunt the Dawn and Saving Mercy. So it's 2 series that they purchased. And then back in May of this year, they offered for 3 more books, which would be the 3rd book. I know this gets confusing. The 3rd book in the Fatal Dreams series, and book 2 and 3 in the Fatal Truth series. So now I know that there will be 3 books in each series, but when I started writing them, I didn't know. I did know I wanted to create like a world and have a few books in each world, or a premise that would be like a rule for each world, that kind of thing. But I didn't know how many books or anything like that. And these series aren't really closed either. They could go on, maybe, we'll see. So, okay, this is kind of neat. This lady wrote, I freaking love this part. And this is a quote from the book. The sound cut him to the bone, but crying was good. It meant she was feeling this, not hiding from it, and not trying to put a shine on the shit. She was going to be all right. Okay. In a world that reveres the strong, the resilient, the underdog who withstands torture, I don't think we highlight enough the power of facing emotional truth. As someone who is standing in her own reality with eyes wide open, I appreciate this every time I see it. Is this a value of yours that you look to illustrate in your characters? Why take this emotional twist with a sling? I actually don't think it has to do a value that I want to illustrate with my characters. I think it's a value that I have in life, probably because I'm a mental health counselor, and I think people's and characters' emotional truth it's like the foundation of who they are. If you deny your emotional truth, what the heck's the point of anything? It's like you're living a half a life and being half of a person, and you're not really portraying who you really are to anyone. So, like I said, I think it's more of a life value. I try personally to be very honest about good and bad things that I'm feeling. I mean, sometimes you'll find on social media, like I think a couple weeks after Race the Darkness came out, I made a post that said I felt like a failure. Didn't enjoy Race of the Darkness being out in the world, and felt like I had been a complete failure, but I needed to adjust how I was looking at success and failure. Not that I expected the book to be #1, by no means, but I expected something more, and was kind of let down because I don't know what that elusive more was, but it didn't happen, and I just felt let down. Like, oh my God, I've worked 7 years for this. Like, this is kind of nothing. I kind of want to go back to just like not even worried about sales or reviews. That was kind of fun, just writing. So I try to personally be very honest about how I'm feeling emotionally and how I handle stuff emotionally. And it may not be cool. It truly may not be, because even now in our society, you wouldn't believe how many people come into my office every week and they're trying not to cry. And I'm like, why? This is the safe place. You can cry here, no judgment. But it's like their whole lives they've been taught, oh, if you cry, you're weak. Or, I mean, those words have been said to them. Or if the words weren't said, it was like they were picked on for crying, as if that crying made them weak. And so I think that that's a value that I hold as a human being, and I want my characters to be very real. look at them as like real people. I mean, I talk about them like they're real people. I think about them like they're real people. So I want their emotional lives to be as real as I can make it. And that is to me very real. So anyway, I hope that answers your question. And I try to do the same with, like I said, all of my characters. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. This was really a lot of fun. And I know I talked a little bit about Hunt the Dawn last time at the end, and this time I'm going to talk about Saving Mercy. Saving Mercy comes out in April of 2017, and it's the new series that I mentioned called the Fatal Truth series. And it's a little different flavor. It's not, if you like Race of Darkness and Hunt the Dawn, you'll like the Fatal Truth series too, and you'll like Saving Mercy because it's that same flavor. The only big difference is there's no dreaming. Like the female characters aren't having any dream issues. But I really think you'll like King Killian and Mercy Ledger. I like them, so I think you will. So anyway, this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy the next books, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.